Because I didn't hear you in the Discord.
Yeah, I don't even need to. Okay, there you go.
There you go.
Alright, ready for you guys. We finally figured it out. That's not bad for a first-time podcaster.
Bruh, are you smoking right now?
Ooh.
Ace, bro, you good?
What are you talking about? I'm in my kitchen. What are you talking about?
Bro!
The water bottle, putting it in the trash. Jesus Christ. That's crazy.
Man, it sounded like you was over there smoking the fattest blunt of your life, bro.
I don't know how you even anything to sound like that. A plastic bottle fell on my floor. I don't know how that sounded like anything what you just described.
Anyway, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Revenge of the Gamers. We are no longer Fam Jam. I wanted Fam Jam to be a staple, but I didn't think it was gonna be that good. But I am your humble host, Champion Brown, and I'm here with my co-host and coolest cousin in the world.
Autopilot.
And we got the newest member of our podcast. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Ace Sugar Double O.
All right, Ace. Since Ace, your brand speaking new, go ahead and give us your history on gaming and everything.
So unlike majority of most gamers and even probably you guys here, I did not grow up gaming. I was not allowed to game as a kid. The only gaming I did as a kid was when I was at somebody else's house, or back in the day when like Walmart or GameStop used to have like the game sections. You used to go there and play video games while you wait for your mom to shop or whatever. So that was all. And then I had like a PS Vita when I bought a PS Vita in Basic. Me and my roommate got a PS3 and an Xbox 360 for like $200 from somebody. And then I ended up getting a PS3 in 2014, got a PS4 and a PS5. So been consistent gaming since like 2014, I'd say 2013.
So just quick question. Have you ever wanted to go back and go back on the retro old consoles, even if it's any type of older games?
Yes. Because a lot of them I did get to experience them through, once YouTube started to become a thing. And even though, I know a lot of people say, well, it's not the same, you didn't get to play it. And you're correct. It might not be. But, nowadays, with there's so many gaming, there's so much to game on. And there is a lot of games that I do brought back, where you can play. And like I said, a decent amount of games I did get to play. I got to play Mortal Kombat through the years via at cousin's house or friend's house, or I've got to play Sleeping Dogs before. I've got to play a lot of games. There's a lot of games I didn't get to play, but if I were to try to play all the old games that I missed out on, I'm not going to be able to play all these new games that's coming out now that are good. So I try to do a balance of playing a little bit of everything. We still have a PS4 in the house. We still have a PS5, and if my PS3 didn't crash and have issues that I would have had to fix, I would have still had my PS3 as well. So I'm somebody who's appreciative of the past, open to the future, and willing to also enjoy the present, and ready to be innovative.
Yeah, man. Hey, that actually brings me back though. I remember them days when there was a lot of games I couldn't afford, so I would play the hell out of the demos at Walmart and shit.
Facts.
Wait till Walmart to bring those back. I mean, I'm not a pro. I can do whatever I want, but to be able to play newer games or unreleased games, the demos it's pretty cool.
There's a few shops here in Orlando. There's a few shops. They have that kind of setup where you walk in there. They have a 360 or something set up where you can sit there and get your neck problems looking up at the screen playing your games. I'm just man, it's nice that they still have shops that are reminiscent. Even though nowadays it's go buy whatever games game at home, which is true. I like gaming in the comfort of my home and my room and my setup. But it is nice sometimes to go out and be able to still enjoy those places. There's one called where you can just go. It's $5 to get in. $3 for military. It's nothing but a whole bunch of old arcade machines, and you don't have to pay any quarters to play them. You can just play infinitely. So if you never got to beat, that one Ninja Turtle mission on that one arcade back in the day, they got it. If you never got to beat, old Marvel vs. Capcom or Killer Instinct, they probably have it. So, that's great.
That sounds like a great vlog idea for the podcast. That sounds like wow. I didn't even know. No.
Oh man, the amount of anime shops, video game shops, like video game bars, like all the Orlando's a mecca for everything, and that's just that. And there's food. I'll tell you. Where's it, man?
This is all new to me. I mean, we live like an hour away, which is crazy
Yeah.
to think about that. I've never.
We had a little troop for a hot minute, and we were meeting up and doing stuff, and we were kind of like toying with the idea of exploring the greater Orlando, through our creative lens at some point as well. So I mean, I'm still down to do it because there's a lot of stuff. Like whenever you sit here, actually, look, there's a lot of stuff. You just gotta be willing to go out there and experience it.
Yeah, I was at
Ask you.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead because I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, all right. I was at Old Town, right? And there was like some anime shop, and they had there was like a lot of rare stuff in there I wanted to buy, but like I had to hold myself back because like I knew I didn't have enough money for all of it.
Facts. That's always the modern issue.
I know being an adult sucks. I don't know who thought it was a good idea to come up with all this responsibility. But what you was about to ask Autopilot?
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, yeah. If we're not gonna bore you too much, man, please put us on to these great adventures in Orlando that I've yet to hear about. Well, I heard about them now. Now I want to see what they're all about.
Heck yeah, man.
Well, like I said, for food, got that food galore everywhere. Like, man,
What kind of food?
everything, literally everything you can think of. Italian food, Asian food, Hispanic food, and then even if you think Asian food itself, okay, bet. Well, if you want to break down Asian food, what kind of Asian food do you want? Do you want Thai food? Do you want sushi? Oh, what kind of sushi do you want? Do you want authentic sushi? Do you want some fusion sushi? Do you want some all-you-can-eat sushi? And then they have a in Kissimmee called World of Food Truck. It's got I think over 180 trucks there for different type of foods. Man, oh man.
No, that's what's up. I was gonna ask about Indian food. That's something I've been having a hard time finding.
Oh man, Indian food, Asian food, all that type of stuff. They definitely have that here. In fact, we like some curry, good curry.
All right.
In fact, my mate knows the spots, man. We getting some curry, some garlic naan, man.
Oh man, bro, you making, bro. Y'all making me hungry right now, bro.
Oh man, I learned in life, definitely be good, be healthy, but also eat good. Eat healthy, but definitely eat good. That is a key thing.
It really does.
I say all the time, when God created everything, he snapped when he made two things. Don't know why, but these two specific things. Food, and unfortunately we're women. I don't know why, but when he made those two, man, I give it to him at the end of the day, love him, for sure, all valid. But at the end of the day, he snapped, and he honestly, he was in his bag.
And speaking of women, that brings us to our first topic that we got on the notes today. So, for those of you guys who don't know, there's been something in the news about chicks saying that they hate men that play video games. So there was there was a poll going around on Twitter or whatever that I had just discovered, and it was talking about the number one things girls hate men do, and 96% up at the very top was this. They said they hate men that play video games. So I had to do my research, and I went to go watch a couple of videos. Why? And it's come find out, girls don't really have a real reason to hate guys playing video games. Of course not. they just want to. Go ahead.
It's faddish.
Go ahead, Ace.
Oh, I was like, it's like fetish. Like it's one of those things that it's like cool to not like guys who play video games. Just like it's like there's certain things waves in society where it's like this is cool to be the thing to jump on. Like I'm not gonna get into specific other topics, in the future how we want to swing ourselves and handle ourselves, but just for some few other examples, like I don't know, a safe example, right? So right now there's all this out there coming out that's saying Diddy's a bad guy. So I'm not saying I'm agreeing, disagreeing. I'm not saying I have any stake in this whole business. I'm just using this as an example because right now all the stuff coming out about Diddy, it is the most popular thing to ride on the hate on Diddy train. If you're gonna go on social media, if you're anything to try to gather some type of interaction, some clicks, some type of engagement right now, one of the best ways to do it is to just make a post about Diddy or interact on a post about Diddy to get some interaction. So it's like, it's one of those things. It is really just like a while ago, it was really cool to be a quote-unquote girl gamer, and then all of a sudden you saw there was a huge influx of and granted there's always a lot of women and men streamers out. I'm not saying there's not. There's a ton of everything out there. You only see things that just get more a lens kind of brought more on them, but during that time 2010 teens, it was like really popular if you were a woman, specifically a good looking one, to be a game
Olivia Munn, fine ass.
That is a very great point. I was just gonna say that I think at the root of the issue is the women who want attention while the guys are gaming. You're not gonna be able to do both. There's no game that I can play and give you the attention that you deserve. So, because I know I'm an avid gamer, I'm looking for a woman who's also a gamer so we can split our time and spend some of our time doing those things that we both have fun with.
Yeah, try and come play the game with us.
Exactly right, but if she's expecting you to take your time away from the game and then do nothing, because all you might want to do is cuddle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if she just wants to cuddle and she's get off the game, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, we're gonna have some issues going down the road.
And I will say to y'all ladies vein out there, I also get it, right? You guys had a long day, a long week, whatever. You want to spend some time with your man. Trust me, we also get it. We 1,000% get it, and it's not that we don't want to spend time with you, we don't want to see you. It's just none of that. It's just sometimes, just like how how women, you guys have your things that is like your, how you relax, whether it be you decide you want to cook, you want to sew, you want to watch, I don't know, Friends for the next 45 hours, whatever is your thing, that's your thing. And whether you're with somebody and you're enjoying it with people or by yourself, that's your thing. It's kind of like that. Like, it's not that gaming needs to be our whole lives, our whole personality, but it's just like sometimes I want to de-stress, forget about reality, and the best way to jump out of reality is to jump into a video game where it's a whole different reality where I can go live a whole different life for a few hours. I can relax, forget about the troubles of the world, enjoy doing something else, and then come back to the world and go, you know what, life sucked, but I just had fun playing Goku for 10 hours. So now I feel like I can my life and life problems now a little bit better because you know what? I just got to be Goku for 10 hours. And you know what? Nobody was that he's so hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was well said. Like I said, just back to the original. Just like women are always gonna have an issue when you're having fun and they're not having fun. So
then try and have fun with me.
Fun, yeah, if you having fun doesn't constitute in you having fun with her or that she's included in, then it is not fun. It's only fun if she's allowed to be having fun too. I get it. And that's why I feel like in a relationship, it's important for everybody to have, be together to have your person, but also have friends and have your own things outside of each other so you can go have that fun and attention outside of your partner whenever they want to go do their own thing.
So it's like I was watching a podcast on what one of the girls were saying. One girl said that while he's playing his game, he could be doing something more productive, even though he just came home from work and he was taking care of all the bills. He took care of the house. And then another girl, she equated all the best men that she slept with didn't play video games. I was like, I don't know how that equals to you having fun time in bed. I don't know how that works.
To people who don't understand it, I think gaming just seems so foreign. Like, how could you sit there for 4 hours? You don't see what's going on in my head. That I'm like really engaged in you know, the cinematography, the storyline. Like, I'm actively invested in this. So unfortunately, no, I cannot. You know what I'm saying, take a break to whatever. You know, I don't even say trivial, but anything that you have going on. Can I please get a couple hours to myself? Like, you get hours to yourself all the time. Like, no man is ever like, oh, I need more attention, or I need this. Or men are not really needy in that way. But
I think it's important to keep in mind that most of the women that you hear that say, I don't, how you could sit there in front of that screen for 4 hours or whatever, are the same ones that can sit there in front of TikTok for 4 or 6 hours,
Bruh.
or watch Friends for like 15 hours a day. Which it's like, realistically, it's no different. Like, there's no different in you watching brain rot TV or brain rot in social media than me playing quote unquote brain rot in video games. There's no difference. We're both sitting in a position for spending a lot of time looking at a screen, essentially shutting our brains off, not really thinking. There's nothing different.
Have you ever dated a gamer girl or even played video games with a gamer girl before?
Oh, you can vouch for that, Ace.
So I technically have never had a girlfriend. I've talked to girls. I've had a friends with benefits with a gamer ish, and I'm around friends who are gamers who are dating both sides, and someone just separate one side and not both. So I've been around it a decent amount, so I can answer a good amount of questions from it. Obviously, the ones that are not going to be, 1,000% are going to be the ones that are from the outside looking in from someone else's perspective, but the thing that I can close to answer, I could vouch for.
All right.
You, Chad Brown?
I have not dated a girl that did not like playing video games. I think my ex girlfriend, she actually didn't mind me playing video games at all.
So are women who hate guys who play video games in the minority? Because if so, then I'm more than glad to ignore them. I mean, we can just go about this podcast.
I honestly think they are the minority.
Like we said, like he said too, it also comes down to like, in reality, the ones that even do say that they don't like it, when you ask them what they don't like about it or whatever, they don't even have a real valid answer.
They don't.
It's kind of just like you said, like you'll hear some things like, oh, the time that you spend gaming, you could be doing something else, which is like for sure. But you know what? The time that you're sitting here arguing about me gaming could be also spent doing something else. So you clearly you don't care about wasting your time, because you're wasting your time right now. If that's what we're saying, you are wasting your time right now telling me that I'm wasting my time gaming. So wasting your time is not a problem. So if that's not the thing, then there's a real other issue here, and it has nothing to do with gaming if wasting your time isn't the problem. So that's what I said, like they can't even tell you why they have a problem. So like, even the ones that do tell you they have a problem in gaming, honestly, I think they're like you'll ask them, and then like real quick they'll think, because you'll ask some of them, they kind of like look into like the ether, and it's like those are the ones that sit there and it's like, out of the 18 hours I spent on TikTok over the past week, did I see a TikTok that said men gaming is bad? And then like if they remember that they saw at least 2, they go, you know what, I saw 2, and I saw like 2 comments in each one. This is bad. We need to stop this. And then they'll go, yeah, I think it's bad. And then you'll be like, oh yeah, so why do you think it's bad? And they go, well, those are the ones that the opinions that they're giving you is an opinion that they heard somewhere else. And that's why, because usually if you have an opinion, like if you say, hey, I think Batman v Superman is a bad movie, and I say, okay, well, why do you think it's a bad movie? More than likely, you're going to be able to tell me your reason why. I don't like the person that played for Batman. I don't like the story. You can tell me why you don't like. So people who have a true opinion genuinely have something to back up their opinion, which is why they come to it. So
Right.
most people who just sit there and say, oh, this is my opinion, and then you ask them, okay, well, help me understand it, and if they can't give it to an answer, that's because it's an opinion they heard someone else say, they disagree with it without knowing anything to back it up, because they don't know. Because if you go deep and start asking them, they actually know nothing about the topic whatsoever.
And just to add to that, I was gonna say, it's men bashing when you're not trying to come up with a resolution. When you're not trying to come up with a way that men and women can get along. Like when you're just saying, oh, guys with video games are A, B, C, D. Like if there's no way for men and women to resolve this issue, then I feel like you're just putting men down and feeling like, well,
They want problems with no solution.
And I will give segue story for that exact statement.
Ooh, go ahead.
Earlier I said I had friends with benefits at one point. So during COVID, I was in COVID orders for the military. Had a little friends with benefits, checking out. So same thing. I was like, I game. I did my things with my friends. I'm like, hey, when we meet up, we do our thing, whatever. It is what it is, type thing. So she got to the point where like, really, she just wanted more out of it, and she was having an issue with me, quote unquote, not spending my free time that was mine with her. So I said, you know what, cool. I'll come up with a solution, even though you don't need to. So I said, so here's what we're gonna do. Every other night we're gonna swap out. So one day we're gonna be in my room. When we're in my room, I'm going to game until I don't feel like gaming. Now during that time, you can sit next to me on the couch while I game, or you can sit on the bed. During that time while you're sitting next to me, you are free to watch whatever you want on your if you have a laptop or whatever HP. You are free to do whatever you want to do, but you just stay around me in the same vicinity as I can see you, you can see me. If you want to touch me or whatever, I'm like right there. So I'm in your presence, I'm giving you time while doing my thing. And then the next day, when we go to your room, we'll do whatever you want to do. Which unfortunately resulted into watching nothing but Friends all day. Which I did not. But you see what I said, well clearly I don't like you watching Friends and you have an issue time with you. So instead of trying to argue with you over and over and over, not come to a solution, I'll try to come up with a solution. And you wanna know the craziest thing about it?
What is it?
listen.
She just was still not happy.
Bingo.
I was like, at this point, there's nothing more.
A lot of time when a woman brings a problem with you, it's an internal problem. As men, we have an issue. We look inside of ourselves. We take accountability. We address the issue. Women look for the nearest men and say help or complain or bash, and that's just how it is sometimes. That's why a lot of men feel regret when they change their behavior, they change their habit, or if they get rid of something that they really love to please a woman, and the woman's like, oh, I'm still unhappy. It's like, oh no.
Yeah.
So here at Revenge of the Gamers, guys, we are not a red pill podcast to our audience, but we have, like some gamers,
In society, because they hate us.
but at the same time, we can go on and on about this topic, but let's bring out some more positive news if you guys want to think this is positive news, all right? So,
Real quick, before you go into that,
What's
I
up?
just want to say I do like that. That's a good. Yeah, you can bring up some controversial things. We can bring up some topics that may be kind of like,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
edgy. But if you're going to bring up some negative, it's always good to bring up some positive, balance it out, and let's not.
Ace.
We can also talk on some neutral topics. So I like that.
Okay. So 343 Industries has rebranded themselves to Halo Studios, and they are now making a new Halo game on the Unreal Engine. They're hoping to revitalize the franchise and all that good stuff. So what y'all think about that?
Sounds like a great idea if done right.
What about you, Ace?
If they got the drive and the heart passion, and they're gonna bring something crazy out, like how Sparking Zero did, I'll do it.
Bingo. It cannot be a cash grab. If it's a cash grab, it's very apparent.
Well, it's Halo. Like, Halo's a popular franchise. It's gonna be a cash grab regardless. At the same time, Halo. I feel like what they're gonna do is they're gonna really. I feel like it's gonna be a Halo 1 remake. That's my feeling.
Cash grab either way. Cash potentially made a game without even wanting to make it good or intending for it to be good. You're just relying on the name of it to get you. Like, so if you're like, oh, we spent $2 billion making this, and you end up making $4 billion, and the game ends up being bad and flops, you're like, cool, I still doubled my money, I made it. So I wouldn't say cash grabs mean that cash grabs mean we intentionally made a game, didn't care about it, just because we want to use the game's name to make some, or the concept name. So, but continue.
I wanted to ask both of you, do you guys feel like this generation that's coming up now as gamers even has brand recognition with Halo? Where they're like, oh no, Halo like used to be the greatest game.
That's a good question. I do want to hear on that. I never thought of that.
So, what was the question one more time, Otto?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Does the youth or like the generation coming up now even recognize Halo as like one of those ones where it's like a storied franchise, you know, over several consoles?
I feel like it is, especially since like it goes back to like when the first Halo came out. You gotta understand, like Master Chief is essentially Master Chief is essentially like the mascot of Xbox.
I'm asking about these kids coming up.
Oh, these kids coming up? Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Ace.
Yeah, he was saying, do you think that with how the kids have been growing up now and then how games have been, do they nowadays will be able to recognize Halo? Like, when was the last...
Oh, come on, bro. Bro, the last Halo Infinite, bro. Oh, yeah, they'll definitely be able to remember Halo. They'll definitely be able to remember Master Chief, bro.
Not when was the last Halo? When was the last good Halo? And it was not on Xbox. It was probably on Xbox 360, and we all know this. We all know this. The last good Halo, the last Halo that even pros played, did not come out on Xbox One. It did not come out on Xbox Series X. It did not come out on Xbox.
Ace, hello?
I think that it's like ODST or something.
Nah, the last good Halo, apparently according to the fan base, is Halo Reach. That was the last good Halo.
See, and where did that come out on?
Xbox 360.
Oh, so think about what generation last played Xbox 360. Kids who grew up playing Fortnite as like their 10-year-old birthday game, did definitely not grow up playing Halo.
Xbox 360 came out, we were in like the 5th grade, because I remember vividly, it was like the next gen console. Like, I don't know, like,
Nah, Xbox 360 been out for a little minute.
That's what I'm saying. It's been out since we were in 5th grade. Yeah. So that would be how many years? Let's not. 20 years.
Damn, it's been that long.
See what I'm saying? So I'm asking you now, are kids who are
2005?
Yeah.
Maybe not. I'm not entirely sure now.
That's my question. I don't know if Halo needs to do a crossover with Minecraft or what. Like,
Bruh, Halo probably Listen, Minecraft did a crossover with Sonic and a lot of other characters. I'm pretty sure Halo probably did I'm pretty sure they did a crossover already.
Halo did a crossover with Fortnite. There's a Master Chief.
Yeah, see right there. That's what I'm saying. Master Chief is in Halo.
If you have Xbox, that Master Chief skin comes with a black variant that you can only get if you have Xbox.
That is cold. I was gonna say, were the kids playing as Master Chief? Do they even know who Master? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I have the skin.
Lost on them.
I have the skin. I know what Master Chief is, but I know yes.
Nah. The kids are gonna be like, the kids are gonna be like, oh, I know him. He's from Fortnite. Just like how they did the dance.
Exactly. So that's what I'm asking. Like, with those things being like a bygone era, will kids still want to pick it up and play it? Do the microtransactions, the DLC? Like, is that what this stuff's gonna go through? Or are they gonna say, nah? I'm just
no. See, I say no. Go ahead, Ace.
If it's done good, but they're not going to do it for nostalgic reasons.
Right.
People are Sparking Zero sold out because of nostalgic reasons. Old fans, new fans, because Dragon Ball is. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. Doesn't matter who you are. Halo, Unfortunately, Halo is not anymore. But if the trailer looks good, if it looks flashy, if they have features that these new people like, that these new gen of gamers like, they're gonna buy it and at least try it. And if it's on Game Pass, you don't even have to buy it. It's free. You just try it.
They showed the a little bits and pieces of what they're working on IGN, and it's like it looks incredible. Like it looks really good.
Is it gameplay or is it like something?
It's there's bits and pieces of gameplay, but it does have like, you know, those little camera still images of like rivers flowing through the water and stuff on all that. Yeah, like that's what it does. They have like essentially a tech demo going on.
Real quick, speaking of IGN, real quick. IGN, company as a whole. For gamers, against gamers.
Oh wow,
Are they for gamers or against?
that's a tough one.
I'd say they've been changed. I'd say they changed a lot. Like I haven't really been hearing them in the news for anything negative as of lately.
Oh, IGN always. What do you? First of all, the last biggest stink they did was that whole Wukong thing. They were the ones that was behind that whole thing. Person.
Oh yeah.
Based on some untruth, and then once it finally came out, like that wasn't even what the article had said.
Wait, you're gonna Ace, you're gonna have to say that all over again, bro, because you cut in and out.
Oh, well, basically, the person at IGN, they made an article based off bots translations. After the actual translations came out, instead of them apologizing, they apologized by doubling down and saying, "Oh, I made this article based off information that I heard," which, as a journalist, the whole point of being an investigative journalist is to investigate your story. So if you heard something, you made an article over it, by that, you are a bad journalist. So, and to this day, she has not apologized. And they've already gave Sparking 007, which a lot of people disagree with, so.
Yeah, I'm not.
And that's, yeah. So, again, IGN, are they for the gamers or are they not for the gamers? Let's talk about it.
As a company, you're always about the bottom dollar at the end of the day. So if that means going against the game, then that's of course that's what they're gonna do. And if this is going for a game, you know, like some games are paying IGN to, you know, get favorable or whatever it takes. So I think it really just depends. But we didn't know that. So thank you for putting us on. Thank you for, you know, letting us know the dirt that IGN does do.
But see, we're at the point now where people are no longer out the reviews. And here's a problem. You can, like, say I may be a company and I don't like this company that's making a game, like the case in Wukong. Basically, it was this company that wanted to get them to it's a company that they do research for your game. They wanted this very independent game company to pay them like these Chinese independent company. They wanted them to pay this other random American company some millions of dollars to go investigate and like look up Chinese stuff for them to do to their game, and they were like, you want us to pay you to go research our culture and us for our game? And in reality, what it was, a touchy topic, but they wanted them to basically make the game inclusive. They were like, well, we're making a game on a 17th, 18th century character where that stuff just wasn't there. And Chinese culture, that's not something that we just agree with, so it has a reason to be there. So because of that, during the development and to the game, it was like a lot of false information stuff was being spread about the development team to get people to not want to play the game just because they didn't want to put anything. One of the people, again, from IGN who reviewed the game said and gave the review, they gave it like a 7 out of 10. Literally, it was mechanics. They literally said they gave the game, they felt like it was lacking in inclusivity, and because they even tried to say there was no women in the, when even if you watch the trailers for Wukong, they literally show you like a woman boss.
Yeah, one of the
literally a woman boss within like the beginning of the game. There's female. So it's like so did you not play the game? Like, what are you giving a review on? So it's like you see.
No, it's not.
So
and it's like you want people to not play a game. Guess what? They reviewed the game, which gave to my. So they. And like, so say if somebody say, hey, we're pay you all this money to give a bad review on this game. You see where IGN, one of the most reputable companies, gave a bad review to Wukong, and you see how much Wukong did in sales.
So 10 million copies.
Gamers don't care about bad reviews now.
Don't.
So this is how I see. This is how I got to see things. We can't look at the entire company as a whole. We have to look at the individual. Clearly, that individual has something against the video game industry, especially since she's
majority of that's a.
Yeah, but it's like we can't. Yeah, but it's like we can't hold that against all of IGN. I'm pretty sure there's like one or two good apples in IGN
yes,
now.
You can, because guess what? If you in the military do something that's against the military standard, the military is not going to say, "Oh, that's that person who did that." They're going to say, "Hey, what you're doing is looking bad on us as a company. So if you do something bad, then we're going to punish you."
Right.
So if you as IGN are publishing people who are not doing the job that they, so if you swore investigative journalist, you swear to tell the truth, to investigate and put out the truth. And if you based on something that you even admitted yourself that you didn't research, and if you, the company IGN, published this article, which means you publishers read this article, knew this person had no facts in there, and hey, where's your facts to back this up? You publish it, then yes, as a company, I have to also hold you responsible. Because you allowed them to do that, because you published it, you put your name on it, you IGN co-signed. And then when she put out her second article to double down, who do you think published that one?
IGN.
So guess what? I have to hold you IGN responsible, because each time where you could have checked this person, you as their boss didn't, and you let them publish this garbage and put it out to gamers as false information twice at this point. So how can I not hold you responsible?
So then, okay, well then I'll say this: IGN needs to be under new management. Then how about that?
Well, I'm
yeah.
not sure.
And until they do that, as of right now, IGN's not for the gamers. There was a point in time, believe it or not, and this was like when we were still in high school. At that time, the president of Cartoon Network did not like cartoons. At that time, if you notice, all the shows that were coming out on Cartoon Network were more live-action Cartoon Network crossovers, because he didn't like cartoons. At that time, Cartoon Network was not about cartoon fans. They are now, so you can change the company, but that's what we're talking about. As of right now, just like at that time, Cartoon Network was not about cartoon fans. And the question that I asked, if we were to come to as of right now, IGN is not about the gamers.
No, definitely. Like I said, like you guys heard it here first, here on the Revenge of the Gamers. IGN, man.
So now that leads me to the question for both of you guys. When you guys, a game is coming out, and if you decide that I'm going to spend my hard-earned $70, $100, how much, what is your determining factor? Like, what's the problem ahead of, does this game get my money?
Well, it used to be IGN, and then it.
Hey, we are a positive podcast around here, okay? We not gonna harp on the negative.
And that's why we switched. Now we say, hey, these people are not good to get your sources. So now we're gonna say, okay, now we're not gonna talk about bad. Now we're gonna say, where's the good ways that you guys for yourself decide to buy a game. So now we're gonna get to the positive. See, negative, no.
So this is how I just go based off of the game trailer. Like, my favorite game genre is like action RPGs and hack and slashes. So like, if I see like some cool ass DMC type combos, bro, I'm gonna be all over that game like hotcakes.
Okay.
For me, it's gameplay. 'Cause like I said, a lot of times they get you with the cinematography and the trailer itself, and then there's nothing like it. So if I can see actual gameplay for myself, maybe on a beta or maybe a YouTuber got it early, I can see for myself.
Oh, that leads me to another topic. My bad. But that leads me to the next topic. Game companies and the way they advertise their games.
Let's talk about that.
So, as we all know, when Assassin's Creed Shadows was first announced, Ubisoft does this every time they make a new Assassin's Creed. They make this really great cinematic trailer, but they don't show no gameplay till like months later. But it's not just Ubisoft; it's a lot of other game companies where like they'll make a game trailer with the most beautiful cinematic, builds beautiful CGI, but don't show any kind of gameplay. Like, how am I supposed to get hyped for the game if you're not showing gameplay?
You won't get me in. I promise you that.
Now, what games do not need to show you gameplay that no matter what, you're like, when they get announced, like, yeah, my money
Mario.
can a company do to be like, you're getting my money no matter what?
Anything Mario. Mario has never did me wrong in any of my consoles I've ever played. So Mario is a trusted franchise and I buy blindly.
Brian, what about you?
What game doesn't have to show any gameplay? That's on that.
Game or franchise.
That's honestly, but that's tough. Honestly, that's tough because it's like I still need to see gameplay.
In the last 10 years, what game that got announced that you saw the announcement trailer, announcement poster just in your head?
So Ace, while he thinks about that, I was actually going to bring up a topic from our last podcast where we were having a quick debate about Mario versus Sonic. Which one is a more story franchise? Like which one has more legacy? Time to think about that.
Bro, Ace don't play Sonic and Mario.
Okay, so actually, actually, I'm someone, again, like I told you, growing up, I wasn't allowed to game myself. So the good thing about that was it allowed me to come in as a introspective gamer and to look at gaming as a whole. So during the time when I couldn't game, I was coming up in the internet. So I had the internet. I had the internet. So I had time to research and look up gaming related things that I couldn't play. So even though Sonic and Mario specifically actually are not games that I necessarily played, that being said, I have a Switch, I own Smash Bros, I own Mario party games, Nintendo games that every gamer has. I'm able to look at those games on a objective standpoint and bias for what they are. So I'm glad So going back,
I'm not objective when it comes to Mario versus Sonic. I'm definitely not. Go ahead, Ace.
So going back again, I don't know history of the franchises. Like I can't tell you who started first. Mario and then Sonic spawned off, or vice versa. 'Cause I saw a video about time ago, but I'm not 100%. So Nintendo gamers don't. But as far as like you said, which one is more story and then which one is more kind of like nostalgia driven? I feel like Sonic for story, because if you look at Sonic as a whole, Sonic has a lot. You have Sonic the mini video games. You have Sonic the Archer comics. You have Sonic the mini animated series and animated movie. You have Sonic all this other stuff. Now Mario has a lot of that too, for sure. But most people when they talk about playing the OG like Mario games, they pretty much most people when they tell you anything about it, they just go, oh yeah, Mario's that series. Princess gets kidnapped and you and that other plumber go save her, and that's what most people say about.
Okay, I just thought of my answer.
All right, I'm gonna close out real quick. Okay, right, go ahead.
Devil May Cry. When Devil May Cry 5 got announced, they didn't really show a lot of gameplay in the trailer. They just showed the cinematic, but I knew I was gonna be all over that.
Yeah, because you knew what you were getting. Oh, yeah, so see, we all have our. We do. Okay, and that is a good one. Yeah, they could drop Devil May Cry 6 announcement tomorrow and it'd be a 30-second teaser.
Literally, all they got to do is show like 2 seconds of gameplay, and then that's it. Everybody's gonna get hyped.
You know, I said that too, talking about Dragon Ball. It's crazy how Bandai markets their stuff. They tell people, don't spoil, and then the last second they'll spoil. Like this dude named Edgar, I don't know if y'all heard about that. He was like, this dude named Edgar was streaming Sparking 2 days before the early access, like the early access.
Yeah.
So Bandai kept taking his stream down, and they were they got some streams like, come on Edgar, stop doing this, my dude. Like they were pleading with it.
Ace.
And then the day.
Ace, you keep cutting in and out. Like you gotta try and speak slower. When you speak slow, everything comes out nicer.
Oh, all right. right. Well, I can't physically change how I speak. That,
I know.
That don't
I know.
work for a long
I know.
period of time.
I know.
Okay.
Just try. Just try.
We're still trying to figure it out, so I'm not sure why it keeps cutting in and out for you. Cause like
Yeah.
I haven't. It could be. It could be like it could be the audio. It could be 20 different things, man. But either way,
figure it out now.
Go ahead, Ace.
but either way, yeah, they complained. They like got on this, and then they said, "All right, guys." Early in the day, early access came out. They dropped a new little. And they were like, all right, guys, early access is out for if you have early access, you can now stream it at this time. But make sure you don't spoil it for people who don't have early access. And then the trailer that they had out literally had a spoiler for a what if Gohan Black. And I'm like, so how are you?
But I'm just asking for like the average gamer. Like, does a spoiler make you not want to play?
And for me, no. And that's what I was going to say, getting to my point with that, like with Bandai and those same companies who manage Dragon Ball, if you think back to when Dragon Ball Super Broly got announced, it was first like, oh, new Dragon Ball movie. You saw like some of Broly's hand, his foot, but you didn't see actual Broly. We had no idea it was Broly. At that point, there was all these theories. They were like, oh, it's Yamoshi, the first Super Saiyan, all this stuff, and it was great hype. And honestly,
So is it not necessarily?
it would have been fine.
Like they won't play, but it does kind of kill the hype. A spoiler does. So I see that. I see what it comes.
Well, but which again, keep going my same point. So over time, they revealed. Like, imagine if the whole time they released that trailer and you just thought the movie was called Dragon Ball Super. You went to the theaters. At the beginning of the theaters, you sit down, you see the opening scene, and you see Bardock, and then you see Broly and stuff, and then what? Goku go to Earth and everything. Then you goes from saying Dragon Ball Super to all of a sudden Dragon Ball Super, then the Super moves down, and then you see Broly pop up. So you go, oh, imagine if that's how the
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
literally the day before the movie came out, for no, they put out one more trailer that literally put Gogeta at the end of the trailer.
Oh, okay.
But mind you, so that happened, and then go look and see how much how much money that, and you tell me that ruined people going to see them.
Not at
Nah.
all. Not at all. Mm-hmm.
They put that out, so everybody saw it. Didn't matter who you were. Even if you saw the movie early, you got spoiled.
So I remember I watched what was the one with Gohan in it?
The superhero.
Yeah, I watched that one and hey, cuz did you saw Dragon Ball Superhero yet?
No, I gotta go back and revisit all those.
Oh man, it's alright, man. I'll put you on one day.
You're not missing much with that movie either, to be honest.
Bruh, I mean, like I think the better action was in Dragon Ball Super, the movie with Broly. But
For sure.
but
If you're a Gohan and Piccolo fan, that movie, I will say that.
yeah.
Big Piccolo fan. I always felt like Gohan was no.
If you're a Gohan fan, then that movie's for you. I will
Yeah.
say. I mean,
I was a Gohan fan. I related to Gohan so much.
Expound on that. You can't just tell us you relate to Gohan.
What you mean? Cause I was trying to move on to the next segment. That's why.
but you can't like elaborate. Like, damn.
Why do I need to elaborate? I can't just say I relate to Gohan and move on.
Maybe you want to hear how you relate.
Nah, bruh. I relate to Gohan. Gohan is the son of the hero.
You're like, damn, I feel that.
Listen, Gohan. Okay, all right. Well, if y'all got to know, Gohan was the son of Goku, and I felt like I related to Gohan because I looked up to my dad like my dad was Goku, even though my dad is so far from Goku.
But I get it though. Okay, see, yeah, like, you know, I like that little elaboration. That's like you said. We get to on this podcast, we get to know each other more, and then our viewers get to know us. So see, that's cool. Come on, man.
I just think
you're trying to gatekeep. That's crazy.
how's that gatekeeping?
Wait, what? It's not now because you ain't gatekeeping.
How's that gatekeeping?
On the other side of the gate. We're on the other side of the gate, chat.
Hey, Hey, chat. Hey, everyone. I'm gatekeeping how I feel about Gohan, bro.
You're not gatekeeping anymore. It's not getting kept.
If you said nothing, all right, next topic. You said I can keep Gohan.
Okay.
Me and Ace are super silent. We're like, all right, he's about to tell me.
Hey, we was giving you the floor. Hey, you when you say something like that, you clear the room, you make it quiet, so because everybody's now. Everybody wants to hear what you got to say. So like, it wasn't a bad thing.
Exactly.
And like, it's a good thing. Like, you said something, we were like, oh shit, like, pay attention. You said some. We intrigued us. That's because now that's some good brown noise.
Mic drop. That was the worst time to do a mic drop.
And see,
next month.
and you know what too? It's going to take a moment that we'll know who's like a time viewer, because like eventually you might be like, hey, who my favorite Dragon Ball characters?
I mean,
Might think Vegeta, and you're like, see, that's how you're not.
well, actually, my favorite Dragon Ball character is Trunks. My favorite Dragon Ball character is Future Trunks.
So it's a trick question. So some people,
You got to
see that, yeah.
So they need to make a Dragon Ball Super Trunks where Trunks ends up learning Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, or some other weird form of Trunks, bruh, and he still has the Spirit Sword.
Right. Okay.
Anyway,
I was gonna say Trunks was cold. Trunks had like a cool name. Trunks had the sword.
bro, Trunks had the drip, bro. Are you kidding me?
Man,
That Capsule Core jacket was fire, son.
if you guys watch Dragon Ball Superhero, or not Super, Dragon Ball Hero, which hopefully, since that has an animated form, I hope, because usually the method for Dragon Ball, it has to be to a game for DLC. So one of the characters in that is Trunks with the long hair and the ponytail, going Super Saiyan God with the red hair, and he's got.
Hey, don't spoil no more. Don't spoil no more, because I still got to get a game.
It's not in this game. It's not a spoiler. It's not in this game. It's in a promotional anime. It's not in this game.
Oh,
I'm saying I hope it gets DLC, because how the rights work with Dragon Ball right now, because big thing, the only way they will allow you to put something Dragon Ball related into a.
Okay. Yeah.
So that has been animated because it has a promotional anime. It's not canon, but it has an anime. So hopefully, I was saying it could be in the game. It's not, but I was saying that would be dope if they start using those characters, because those characters.
See. Okay.
So I'm like, if we can get them crossover to the game, that would be dope. Because Super Saiyan, imagine Super Saiyan God Trunks. Like I said, I'll find a picture and send it to y'all. He's got the ponytail, and he's got the jacket with the black tank top, and gloves and the sword. Like,
yeah.
That oh, man.
So
Man.
we got more positive news here from Soft.
Okay.
From Software. This news actually came out a week ago, but we can talk about it. So From Software, the creators of Elden Ring, Game of the Year, and their DLC Shadow of the Erdtree is actually a nomination for Game of the Year as well.
Ooh,
They raised their
that's
base.
insane.
Yeah, bro. Like, they raised their base salary for their graduates in Japan by 11%. So,
Oh, that's good.
so everybody that works on Elden Ring and all the Dark Souls games, bro, like, they're gonna be eating good, bro.
No, honestly, no. Real quick, I think it would just be fair time.
Ace, you say what you said again. You cut out again.
I just said shout out to the people at From Software for the things that you guys been doing over the years, not just for Elden Ring, just over the years. As someone who was a non-Souls enjoyer, or I didn't even care about it years ago, but now like I'm going back playing some of the older ones, and I am in hype for the new Souls likes. Like, shout outs to you guys for eating, for real.
Yeah.
See, you see what happens when a franchise comes out and like makes good games. Like, there's no reason to talk about cash grabs and trash when you could just do the work.
Yeah.
It makes you to the point you can't make excuses, or you can't accept excuses, because like you can't say you have excuses. Elden Ring not only put out a good game, but put out a good DLC. Like,
Yeah.
And just going back to like the first episode of our podcast, not to go too far on a tangent, but like it's apparent when it's a cash grab, when there's a lot of microtransactions, when there's a lot of like DLC. So it's just like, you know, let's get back to original good gaming with great content and great storylines, you know, for the game.
the thing is, if you do all of that good, and then if all of your extra content is consistently good, and you're gonna get the cash. You're gonna get more cash because people are gonna want you to do more. Like,
Bingo.
not to keep again, like I said, not going to Sparking Zero so far is so good. I generally want to be able to be playing Sparking Zero on PS6 Pro or the PS7. Like, I'm hoping that this game is like Xenoverse out for like 8 years and still just DLC. If you make a good game, you make a good game, people will spend money. We want more content. We'll give you money to give us more content. Just make good games.
Yeah, so Elden Ring has Elden Ring and a lot of other games made by Eastern companies has it's brought to my attention that like when these Eastern companies, when they make their games, bro, like their games are well polished, barely any glitches. I mean, you might encounter like 1 or 2 bugs and glitches, but their games are well thought out, well polished, and they're fun. As opposed to these games made by Western companies, where Western companies, you know, they'll release the game like I don't want to keep using Ubisoft as an example because it's not just them, but
Not a bad example.
but Ubisoft, when they release the new Assassin's Creed, there'll be like a glitch upon a glitch upon a glitch within their games. And now I don't know about I stopped the last Assassin's Creed I played was Assassin's Creed Origins. The game was actually good. The game was actually pretty decent. I stopped playing because there was just too much shit in the open world game for me to play. But at the same time, like it's brought to my attention that like when some of these game developers, when they just make a game like Cyberpunk 2077, when that game first came out, bro, that game out the wazoo had so many bugs and glitches, bro. The game was unplayable and I had to put the game down. But it was only a year later when I don't know if it was a year later, but they did release a patch
that was a while before they fixed that game. Which was insane because they made that game off the money that they got from The Witcher 3 on PS3 and Xbox 360. That game had got announced like 7 years before it came out. 7 or 8 years. So realistic, and then it got delayed. There's no reason why that game should have dropped in the state that it did. Again, kudos for coming back. There's no reason why the game should have dropped with all that money, all that research. But in reality, what they should have did, because I think they started planning to make the game PS, like the old gen, and then they would just realize it was too big, so they had to wait. And I think they still were trying to meet that. Again, I don't know for sure. I could be wrong, but I think they were originally still trying to meet that. Then they said, we can't. And then they just tried to, instead of rebuilding, they just tried to keep going with that, and it just.
Please do not put out a deadline or a release date until the game is bug free, until you figured out, you know, what issues you're having and how to solve them. Don't put out a release date, because with gaming or any type of computer software that you're doing, like there's no certain time frame to fix these problems.
There was when the game was first announced. It said at the very end of the trailer, it'll be ready when it's ready. So it obviously wasn't ready. when it first got it released, it wasn't ready.
And that brings us to a new subtopic. Whose fault is it for the games being bad? Is it the developer? Is it the developer for rushing it, or is it the publisher for putting out unrealistic expectations and forcing you to try to meet them without giving you, the developer, time to actually like adjust?
It's the gamer's fault, and I'll tell you why. We consistently buy bad games, and we'll buy them again next year. And I'm talking about all of my next generation coming up, still buying 2K, still playing Madden, buying the games. Stop it. And this is not me telling you to stop buying video games, but don't buy bad ones, because the prices are going up. They're not going down. They're going up until eventually you'll start to see $200 video games, $300. Like it depends, like what type of like all-star package or whatever type of DLC you're getting, or whatever type of upcharging they're doing to get you to spend more money. It should not be on an inferior game than last year.
Yeah.
And not to jump in the console war topic, but why do you think most of Sony Studios games are better than what Xbox is putting out? I mean, they give us good games. They know we play it, and I will check it out. They gave us Concord. We let Sony know Concord was a bad game. You know what the Sony community did? We didn't buy Concord. They literally did not.
So hold on, real quick.
Canceled the game.
Real quick. So I've heard that the gameplay for Concord was good. Just people couldn't stomach the bad character designs.
So I don't know specifically. I didn't play Concord. I didn't even get a chance to look into Concord. Like I heard it was in my queue of things to look at. By the time I finally got closer, I was trying to look into it. I was starting to hear that it was getting ready to get canceled. The game was really out for
It's because I'm telling you, one of the main factors is that, like, if you search up Concord's character designs, bro, like, there's so many like video essays on how bad like the character designs are, and it's like character designs in video games, that's literally like the most important thing, because if your character just doesn't look like cool, like nobody's gonna want to really like vibe with them. Know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, again, I don't know exactly. I haven't seen it myself yet. But that's what I'm saying. The community that would like to play those games didn't like those character designs. Say that, hey, of course, this game is bad because the designs look bad. So they let Sony know we don't like this by not consuming it.
So, bro,
once they saw, okay, we put out a bad game.
So, hey, check this out.
And that's how it shows.
We went to the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. We're talking about that last podcast.
Yeah.
So we're like, people had to stand up and say, we're not going for this. We're not
right.
going for this bootleg Sonic you're trying to push out here. We want the OG. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
The what they did with the Sonic movie?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I'm not saying them to be like, no, we don't want a new, I don't know, how would you describe that Sonic as like?
A remodel or a revamp design.
That nobody asked.
On that, though, do y'all think that was an intentional bait? Because if you know anything about animating CG, isn't it crazy that they turned around and was able to reanimate Sonic scenes in that whole movie?
Well, they had to do it within a year.
And you know what? And that's what I'm telling you. I personally don't think that they had that Sonic for the whole movie. I personally don't think that Sonic... I think they intentionally did that to get people, like, marketing. Nowadays, you gotta think of how can I... It's not enough anymore to market the way we used to. How did marketing for movies used to happen back in the day?
Trailer.
On where?
Probably on television.
Who's watching cable TV nowadays?
Yeah, nobody.
Who's watching? So you can't market your movie on cable TV. So you go, okay, well, everybody's watching online. I'm gonna put my trailers online. Cool. You can market your trailers online. There's YouTube. But guess what? Everybody's got their shit online. So yeah, when I go to YouTube, I can go see your trailers, or I can go watch some dumb person go vlog for an hour, or I can go watch somebody play a video game. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And you know what? As Ace is speaking more, I'm starting to definitely see there's more marketing than outrage. Outrage is the biggest marketing ever.
Y'all hear how they say it is a thing that Starbucks, whenever people like complain that Starbucks write the name wrong, they say that that's actually a marketing tactic that they're told to intentionally write people's names, because once you do, what happens? People go take a picture, post it online. I went to Starbucks, they spelled my name wrong.
No, just bring the mic a little closer to your mouth. Hey, let's go ahead.
Now you got more people going to go to a Starbucks.
Because people wrote their name wrong. So that's what like, I'm the opposite. Like, if I see they're doing that, I'm not. No.
And see, for most people, it's not going to work. But you see how many people it does work? And I was seeing a thing where somebody, like, have you noticed? You really don't see that many ads for Starbucks.
No, you really don't. That's crazy.
And why? When you don't need to, because I'll just wait till you go to Starbucks and spell your name wrong, and then you'll post something about it, and that's my ad.
Exactly. I was going to ask you about like marketing when it comes down to it, because certain like brands like Subway, I feel like if they took all their marketing dollars and just made the footlongs $5, they would sell out every single day. Maybe that's
bro. I'm missing $5, bro. I used to smack on $5 footlongs, bro. They was tripping when they got rid of that, bro.
And that's sponsorship. We're here, and I got some great, reads off the top because I love Subway.
It's crazy to me how these companies what people want to buy from them, and they choose to not make it. Just like how McDonald's know that the snack wraps. They even make posts on social media about the snack wraps, but they won't give us the snack wraps. Like, bro, listen, we will sell out all of your snack wraps. You will not have a single. Please, McDonald's, give us snack wraps.
The ice cream machine is always broken.
It's the workers. The workers there. Like at the end of the day, like yeah, the CEO of McDonald's can say anything, but if the workers don't want to make the snack wraps, if the workers don't want the ice cream machine to be up, what you think is gonna happen? It's a pretty.
But the thing is, the snack wrap is selling out.
So,
So even though
yo,
people don't want to make
I
it,
could-
it's still selling out.
I could tell you it's the workers, bro. Because I remember one time I was at a McDonald's, right? And I asked for a sweet tea. And they kept giving me like a hot cup of coffee. I was like, no, I want a sweet tea. And I was in a car with a couple of dudes that I met up in college. And they kept we kept circling the whole damn McDonald's, and they kept giving me that same cup of coffee. I'm like, no, I want sweet tea. They kept giving me a cup of coffee every single time. I came right back through there, and it got to the point to where.
Why do y'all just stay there and then look at the cup?
Bro, like it got to the point to where I don't know, bro. Like either they was on the break or whatever, bro. Like it just got to the point where it's like, fuck it, I don't even want the fucking tea no more,
There you
dog.
go. There you go. I never complain about the food I get because I know what they can do back there, and I'll never know. So I keep it pushing, and I just don't go there anymore because I'm not complaining about the food that you gave me. I'm not.
I complain if it's something like I order like $50. Complain about that.
You're
I also used to work at McDonald's. I used to work at a McDonald's at one point in time.
Burger King. So when they started doing like the wraps, but also like the BK tacos, it was definitely like, oh, this is a wrinkle in time, but I'm gonna try to figure my best to figure it out. So anytime they did order that, I didn't like making them, but you kind of figure it out any best way you can. So.
What's wild is most of the stuff to make the snack wraps are still at McDonald's.
Oh.
That's not all of them. The
Bruh.
only thing that I guess they don't have,
Man.
but the tortilla for snack wraps is the one for the burrito. The shredded cheese that's there, like the one that you put on the salad. The ranch is obviously just the ranch that's in there. And
So it just sounds like Walmart is waiting for the apocalypse or their food never expires.
That reminds me, when I used to work at Publix, people will always order like the 20 box wings, and they always wanted like the flat wings. I would give them 19 flat wings and one drumstick.
Terrorist, you are.
you is a menace.
I also play.
That's crazy.
It gets up to 20, so when they did get one extra, they probably were like, "Oh, that's cool. Like it's not the end of the world." You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, so
Yeah.
you were trying to get people extra while he's out here being a menace. You was like, I'm a.
Bro, I gave them, bro. I remember like for the holiday season when Publix come around, bro. Like I was like, man, like I don't give a damn. Like I would just like toss a bunch of the wings in the box and just send it on their way, bro. Cause, bro, holiday season for the Publix is the worst,
I
dog.
could imagine. Yeah,
I like that one next
everybody around the holidays wants to come up to Publix. Like, you said you work where?
I worked out in Dixie during holiday, so I kind of know. And Walmart.
See, man, I feel like
Hey, your mic cut out, cuz.
Yeah.
Hold on, not yet.
Yeah, just
We hear you now.
Okay, cool. My bad. I think I just because I turned the phone off. But long story short, I was saying that jobs are character builders. Nobody really wants to have them, but until you own your own business, it's kind of what you have to do to pay your bills and to move on forward. And I was gonna say
Yeah.
that video games never stopped me from having a job or
Facts.
an application. So I don't know what women are talking about when it comes to
At
this.
one point, I had 3 jobs. I was in the Army. I went Dixie. In the deli, I was working at McDonald's overnights, and then I had just started. I was literally doing Walmart orientation, getting off of Walmart, going to go close the seafood department, getting off there, going to McDonald's, going off home,
See, that-
take a shower, nap, like.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. Like if you're
Sometimes I didn't even get to go home, and I still. I mean, if you're talking about, I still made time to go home and play video games.
if you're a busy young man and your schedule's kind of off, like if you can't be the most sociable person, yeah, it's time to get on some video games to keep yourself disciplined. And
Yeah.
focused.
I had
I can be social in video game with my video games. I'm social with my friends.
Yeah, so this reminds me like there was a time I used to be on my little Red Pill Rage arc, and I watched, but like some of these guys I stopped listening to, and I only take like I chew the meat, throw away the bone. One of the guys that I was watching, he thinks that like you're a loser, you play video games or whatever, and I'm just like, bro, like I made it in the fire department and I still play video games, dog.
100.
Like I don't understand. Like I don't understand the correlation of me playing video games makes me a loser when like you got NFL players that are doing commentary on fighting games now.
I was just gonna say that goes back to what we talked about last podcast, and it's just like people think about the stereotype, like that guy from South Park who's just sitting at the PC all day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's the stereotype. So I understand where people get the stereotype from, but that's not the typical gamer at all.
Right. No. Most gamers. I mean, most Twitch streamers that I see, they're in shape.
Well,
Not all of them.
Yeah. In fact, you want to hear something crazy about gaming?
What's up?
So as of right now, I work for civilian side. I work for a Darden corporate company, restaurant company, like Fortune 500 company here in Orlando. Few of them. So like when I say corporate company, like I mean we have like CEOs, we have like we're in charge of like over 2,000 restaurants. People that work there make big money and they do big things. My supervisor, like my second supervisor, not the head was man's. It's always like, hey guys, have you first started there? He was like, oh, I heard you guys game because my roommate worked there before I did, and he was like, oh, how you guys like in Ghost of Tsushima and stuff like that. And this guy used to like, you know, be like a manager and like a cracker, and now he's like, you know, in this corporate company as like a big time manager. Family man, has kids, wife, and even he's games. Like, what do you guys say about that? Like, he's successful. This
Yeah.
man makes way more money than me, but he still got time to. So,
Heck yeah.
and he's got a wife and kids, so it's not like his wife got a problem because they married.
there you go. See, ladies, if you support your man in his video games, he'll flourish as opposed to trying to like tear him down and say, choose me or the video game, lady. I don't know what to tell you, but you're making a hard bargain for no reason. You get
Like I raise your ultimatum. Instead of choose you in the video game, I raise. How about I choose both of you? I know it's a crazy concept. Watch out. But what if we just say fuck it and I choose both of y'all?
I mean,
you
shoot,
go.
you can have six. I can have 6 Pokemon in the party with me, man. I can have you in 6 games.
Facts.
Oh man.
All right,
Everybody's gonna get their attention. I promise you.
all right.
Oh yeah.
So we're just about to go ahead and wrap this up because I'm getting hungry right now. But we gonna end it off with what games we're excited for coming up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and type in what games we're excited for right now, or games coming up. Games coming in 2025. How about that?
We talked about it a little bit on the last podcast. Do you still have the list that we wrote down?
Yeah.
Or?
I didn't write a list, but but because Ace is new, and we're gonna see what games he's excited for.
Yeah, 2025. Yeah, I gotta go actually look at 2025. Sheesh.
That's what I had to do too.
I'm barely able to keep up with what's coming out this year. What's coming
Yeah.
out this year. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I see Doom: The Dark Ages. I love, bruh. Doom is so good, bruh.
Doom looks good.
Yeah, and Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out, but
Oh, man.
I'm not entirely sure that's gonna coming out this year. It says it's scheduled to release in 2025.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's coming out. It's not coming out this year.
Yeah, it's not coming out,
That one has so much hype. It's gonna break so many records when it comes
Bruh.
out. So I'm just
They added so much Miami culture into that trailer of Grand Theft Auto 6.
Listen, I'm just saying, all you other games, it'll behoove you. I'm just saying, and I'm not saying that I disagree, because I'll buy it if I like. But it'll behoove you. Just go ahead, try to come out around
Okay.
GTA. Come out around GTA. Don't come out before or don't come out during. Just come out either way before or sometime after. Let people get their,
because that thing is going to.
because you know they're gonna just like they do every year. They're gonna drop a story and then online's gonna come later. We know online's
Come on.
on GTA, so wait till the story drops. Give it a bit, like a month after story, maybe a month and a half. Drop your games. Give them that time to release online. Then when online comes, just know don't release no game for a little bit, but you also know they're gonna fuck up their online,
That's
and their online's gonna come out, and there's gonna be nothing to do. So then once the online drops, within 2 weeks.
Oh, there's gonna be something to do online. There's gonna be just plenty of things to do online.
You know
Kill
what?
each other.
You would have thought that too when Red Dead dropped after GTA on. but tell me how Red Dead 2 dropped. There was nothing to do online to make money, but there was everything to do to lose your money. So it got to the point where you're like, there's no
What?
playing. And then when I played Red Dead 2 online, actually got specifically for the online. So like I had like early access. So I was like, okay, if these guys had GTA 5 as the blueprint for years before Red Dead 2, and mind you, the other had online. So you guys have had 2 games of the blueprint. There's no reason why the online should be trash once it drops. It wasn't just online ass when it dropped. It was ass for months after it dropped. And I personally couldn't even tell you if they've ever fixed it because I never went back at that point, because every time I did hear stuff, I was not hearing anything that sounded good that would have made me come back. And I have a whole bunch of unclaimed rewards. I used to go on Twitch every time there was line rewards for Twitch. It'd be like 1 million gold. I would collect all of it. I just never went in again to collect it. So it's like when I open the game, it's all there. So you know,
okay.
Again, and then mind you, I also, because I didn't on relaunch, I found out the same way they did that with Red, they did the same thing with GTA's Online, which again, GTA's Online had dropped when they are, because they had online for Red Dead. So it's like you guys have constantly had a blueprint of how to drop your online. So once your next online drops, it shouldn't be bad. It should be good because you already know how to make your online work. But why is it when your new one comes out, there's still nothing to do? They've done it so far. I hope they won't do it at this, but at this point, because of past record, I'm just going to have to assume that either online's not going to drop when the game drops, or if they do, it's not going to be economically stable for people to go in and like regularly play it for a while.
And man, that's fine. It's so important. Like, if you could even go back to like Mario Kart on the mobile like device, like, because the online didn't come out as soon as the game dropped. Like, people weren't really on it like that. And I feel like if they had their ducks in a row, that game would have been huge.
Now,
Playing it. Yeah.
As a developer, that is a way to extend longevity of your. If I give you part of it now, promise to give you the other part later, but you'll have to wait. And if as long as this game keeps your attention enough, you're going to come back, whether it be 4 months, 6 months, a year. Look at how many games like Call of Duty or fighting games that will drop and their rank comes out later, which is like what people will keep going back for. Which that's a good tactic if your game is good and people are patient enough to wait for it. Because if your game is not good, I'm not going back to. Which is again, I have not gone back to play Red Dead Online. I wasted money.
I know my attention span isn't the strongest, but these new kids don't have any for nothing. So I'm asking if that marketing strategy still works for them, and they just go to the next big game.
And that's where I'm curious, and I hopefully at some point we'll get somebody who could shed some light. That's where my knowledge poops out, because I don't know, because it's like you guys seemingly have enough money to waste on these trash games that you guys test, like what is it? Concord was basically like a test game. It was a test game that failed, but like it wasn't like Sony was like, oh, making that game, we gotta go like lay off a quarter of the company, we gotta cut costs, we gotta cut other games. They're still pushing things out as playing. So like apparently they have capital and money to push out a game, leave it out for 2 weeks, completely drop it while they put all this money in. Because when you pull a game, you pull people from you to download the game, people to buy it, which marketing doesn't necessarily always get pulled. There's still going to be a Concord unless they close it. They also marketed Concord in this TV show called Player One, which is the company who did cutscenes for video games. They're doing a show with the people who did Love, Death, and Robots, where it's like an anthology from a bunch of different.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for that.
Concord is in that. So now what do? You done already marketed this along with Concord. Now you didn't have to shut down.
They're probably gonna get rid of Concord out of that, to be honest.
They might keep it in because it's still associated with the Sony label. Because when they pull the game doesn't mean that they can't pull X and then years later against. They could if they want to. I'm not saying it's going to happen. We may never see. But you know what? Paragon came back. Is now predecessor.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So here are the major games coming out in 2025. I'm looking at this article on Game Rant right now.
All right.
The first game coming up is Civilization 7. It's one of those sim games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you on any of those, I don't play those.
Yeah, I
Never
skip.
Sim game at all?
Nah.
Negative, I don't.
Oh man, sim games are so much fun with cheat codes. It is like,
Like the Sims here and there, sure.
yeah. I was gonna say you guys never played any Sims game. That is crazy.
I play no. It's one of the, I'm talking about like the light sim, like the Sim City. Like this is what Civilization 7 is. I'm just don't have an interest in those
You
games.
make a town, and you make town.
And you watch how
Stuff, resource.
you watch them thrive and stuff. Yeah, I'm not with that.
Yeah, I don't, because there's a bunch of mobile games like that. I stay away from all of them.
True.
Yeah, those type of games are just not for me. They're like, and they're fun if you just kind of brain rot, sit on your phone and just chill and do. They're great to do that, but like long term, like me, I like games where I can move around, I can shoot, I can ride horseback, like open world, third person, give it to me all day. First person shooter, I'll play it.
Speaking of shooters, the next game on the list is Death Stranding 2. You want to hear what the subtitle for this game is called?
Mailman Delivery Part 2 with the minions.
Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
Oh.
That's like, I'm not making this up, bro. That's literally the next. It's the sequel to the first Death Stranding, and this is literally the subtitle to the second one, On the Beach.
That's not bad.
I mean, that game did. Like, I mean, I love Kojima. A homeboy, and I forget his name. It's escaped me at the moment. That game necessarily didn't appeal to me, but I'm happy for them. That game, it deserves it. It did good. It did for psychological. I would like him to do a psychological game that I would like to play. I know Kojima and are working together on a video game. I don't know what that's going to be like, but
He got Jordan Peele. He got Jordan Peele to help him with the game.
but well, I don't know if he helped him with Death Stranding because that came out a while ago. But because they just recently met, they met after that came out, and they're working
really?
right now. Yeah, they're working right now on a game. I don't even know what game they're working on right now. If the game they're working on.
You are constantly putting us onto stuff, so please, the next podcast we do, bring everything and just empty it on the table, man.
Yeah.
'Cause we're learning so much about IGN. And what's the last thing you said about Jordan Peele and the...
Oh, and Kojima, yeah.
Yeah.
From the guy who used to do the original creator of Metal Gear, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to do.
If it's like the Quarry, I'll play it. I hope it's like a third person kind of thing. But if it's like the Quarry, where it's like a decision based, where you and your friends can sit there, because one day on a podcast episode, if we can all play it together. It's a decision based game. But
Oh yeah,
something endings.
we should
or
do
something
that.
like that.
That's dope.
So obviously next Doom: The Dark Ages, and then we got Fable.
Fable. That's a classic one right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, see?
That's a nostalgic one right there.
Oh, man.
I always wanted to play the original, but I never could. And you already know this.
Still can.
You already know the story to that, cuz, bro. You already know how our parents were.
That's true. I'm talking about now.
All right, then GTA 6.
With everything that I wanted to do.
I think it's on Game Pass too.
And Little Nightmares 3.
Oh, okay.
Have you played?
Not for me, but for people who play it.
Yeah.
I'll watch those games. I'll watch someone play it.
This is one of
Watch someone play
the.
it.
This is one of those games where it's like you gotta have like a group of friends to play with.
Okay.
So I'll be there and I will support you. Step of the way.
Yeah.
During the game, but
Bring out funny commentary while I play it.
Oh, facts.
No, that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
So now the next game on the list is called Marvel 1943: Rise of Hydra. I have not seen gameplay of this yet, so I do not trust this game at all.
Oh man, I feel bad for you, buddy.
What?
That game actually it got announced a while ago. The gameplay and footage came out with the Unreal Engine 5 tech demo that
Please
came out
say
a bit
please say
ago.
something good.
Go watch that trailer for that game. It is dope. It's like a hyper realistic game. It looks damn near like
Wow.
Like it takes place like the 19 whatever time frame. So it's not T'Challa Black Panther. It's the Black before I guess his dad. But then obviously you play Captain
T'Chaka.
America. Yeah, go watch that trailer and then come back and then you watch the thing with.
Okay.
But you have to watch the trailer. But I get it because you don't know. You don't know anything, so it's not your fault. I get it. See the trailer. I see. But yeah, it looks good. Trust me, it's.
Excuse me.
Put a star next to that one. We will be revisiting that one after I get my eyes.
Yeah.
And-
So put a star on that one so we can come back to that one next time.
All right, I put a star on that one. What was it? Marvel 1943.
Yeah.
Eyes of Hydra.
I'll write it down on the notes later. And here we have the next game. This is actually something I've been meaning to play. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. So now, apparently, it's been 17 years since the last Metroid Prime game.
So I was thinking.
So, I played the remastered version on the Switch a bit, and it feels so good playing it on the Switch, to be honest. So hopefully Metroid Prime 4 delivers.
I feel like, honestly, they got the expertise. As long as they don't want to do a cash grab, game should turn out great. You have the money,
Right.
you have the expertise. What are you missing?
This definitely is not going to be a cash grab. Like, I feel like this is good. Listen, people have been waiting 17 years for this game to come out, bro. Like, they're going to put a lot of passion into this one. I can feel it. I saw the trailer, saw the gameplay, bro. It looked good.
As a gamer, that's all I'm asking for. Put in the same passion that I'm gonna put in when I buy your product and I'm gonna play your
Facts.
product. I feel disrespected when you give me something that I'm like, oh yeah, I see what's going on here. Never again.
And on the next list this is a game I actually am planning to pick up myself. Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yes, sir. I guess we can add that to one of the gamers covering because I also will be playing that game.
Yeah, Monster Hunter, it was that game I needed to play with people because I legit was so confused on what to do when I first played Monster Hunter World.
I was just talking to my roommate about that. I was saying that I feel like the Monster Hunter games are definitely better enjoyed and played with a group or with friends than just playing by yourself.
Yeah.
So how many titles do you guys think we should play and review each? I don't know.
I mean,
We need like a month with a video game, to be honest.
I mean, so is the goal to do an episode each week, 2 episodes a month? Like, that's
Depends on our schedules. I'm pretty free, especially now.
because I mean, with how we structure our podcast, which I mean, something more after the podcast, really. But with how we're doing, it looks like we have enough time. Like how he has the structure seems good. He has a few topics, so we kind of go through the topics. We spend a decent amount of time. It seems like we naturally segue into each topic, and then we talked about some stuff, some movies, where we can have like a quick movie and game review. Because I like watching movies. Shows.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. We can definitely do that. Ooh,
Yeah, so
the
we
Sonic
can
3
do
movie.
that each episode. You said what?
Yeah, when the Sonic 3 movie comes out, we can do a movie review on that.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Whenever we decide to do the next podcast, I'll have a Cold Rain review, and I'm just gonna go pick out.
You know what?
Oh, music. Okay, music review.
Whenever you're down sometime, I'm down to
Yeah,
That's cool.
I'm down to hop in Discord. Cause like right now during while this podcast I was drawing. I'll tell you about.
All right.
yeah.
Another
Yeah.
thing. That's gonna take us a whole tangent. But,
So-
I'll just be sitting here drawing and listen to music. So I'm down to do that too.
Yeah, so definitely what we should do is link up one day, but after the hurricane fiasco is over, because this shit is all crazy right now.
Don't we have another one coming on my trip?
I heard that one fizzled out.
Okay, good.
But that's how I found out about Milton. I was talking to my godmother, and she was like, another hurricane's coming. I said, no.
Bro, I'm not ready for the next. I am not gonna be ready for another 48 hours at my station, bro. That shit was miserable, bro.
Oh yeah, from your standpoint, yeah.
Bruh, everybody that had like stuff that they needed to go to the hospital for, like they had to wait till after the hurricane.
Right.
Yeah.
Bruh. Oh my god. Like that. But that's a topic for another day.
Definitely.
Anyway, we gonna go ahead and wrap this up. The last two games on the list, I know y'all don't care about them at all. It's the next Pokemon Legends game and South of Midnight. I've never heard of that.
You can't say that about Pokemons. People still love it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Well, like I said, I'm the person. I may not play it, but if it's a game that we bring up here, and if we know that I'm not a gamer, so like we're not just talking about games that we play. We're talking about games.
Right.
yeah.
And I was gonna say, man.
So we'll do our research.
Man.
Yeah, we'll follow it up. We'll do research, and we'll bring it up as a topic. So yeah, I'm down.
What type of memories y'all have about Pokemon Coliseum? But that's one of those grails.
Oh, man.
Pokemon Coliseum.
My memories with Pokemon was I was raised Pokemon.
Man, we gonna have to say, bruh. We gonna have to save that segment for another podcast, man. We can talk about Pokemon all day.
That's what I'm trying to do. We have so much to like talk about, man. That like these podcasts kind of fly by, and then you guys want to do one, man. We just start back up.
And to be honest, too, I'm also basically, if we have us here for enough time, we almost record 2 back to back. We record 1, stop, take a quick break, and then be like, all right, and time. And like, all right, so we don't have to all the time, but it'll help us be more efficient. Like I was telling Brown, I was like, if he was like about 45 minutes, hour, and if we record like whenever we all can get like 0, if we record like 2-hour fighting sessions, we can cut that up, and then that 2-hour session gives us footage for 2 videos.
I was gonna ask Kenzo if he wanted to find another production person, because I know like we're just talking, you know what I'm saying? But he has to like really go in there.
Yeah, I'm still learning all this.
So I have some stuff too. Me and Brown last. Actually, we'll talk that stuff after we go into.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right, we'll about wrap this up, everybody. Make sure you catch us on YouTube, catch us on other platforms. Again, I'm still working on that stuff because I might just have to keep it on Spotify and YouTube for now. And if somebody has a TikTok, somebody can upload it on the TikTok, because I might have to take that L and just download TikTok. I've been trying to avoid TikTok, but I know if I download TikTok, it's gonna really get us up out there. But yeah, y'all go ahead.
Follow me on all my social.
Yo, yeah, my bad.
It's pronounced 00, but it's TRIGGER 00. So you can follow me pretty much anywhere you can find.
Yep.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Divine Art, pretty much just about anywhere you can find where you can make an account. Make sure to you'll probably find me there.
Yeah. Follow me at Champion Brown on Twitter. What about you, Otto? Your mic again. You're gonna have to say all that all again. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you we'll get better with this, all right?
Appreciate that, cuz I was just saying I got different names for different ones, so when I write them down, I'm gonna get them ready for a podcast.
Well, it'll probably be we can edit it on.
Yeah. At the end of the video, when I edit everything, I can put all of our social media platforms in there so everybody can follow us and all that other stuff.
And I probably need to find a name where I can have all of them be the same one. That's probably for the best.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, that wraps everything up. Y'all boys take care. I'm about to go get me something to eat because I am starving.
Until next time.
All right. Peace out, everybody.
Hey.